Now, President Roosevelt, back in the 1940s, he talks about the fifth column, and he's saying something about today's threat to our national security is traitors. He's saying it's not a matter of military weapons alone. I'm wondering if he's alluding to media, because I think media was relatively new back then. He said something about they know of new methods of attack, which he's calling the Trojan horse. And I find that kind of funny because I know in Microsoft, what was it? McAfee antivirus. They had a Trojan horse virus oh my gosh, we were hearing about that forever. Since the 1990s, the mid 1990s, when I first got on the computer, they were talking about the Trojan horse and that we needed to have this antivirus on our computer, and there was like 200 known viruses and more sometimes. Trojan horse was always one of them. So President Roosevelt is calling it the fifth column, betrays a nation unprepared. I'm wondering if that is our current media and internet, possibly. I don't know. He says betrays a nation for treachery and what they're calling as spies. Now, spies, that does make sense. Aside from people coming to your own country, which they could be a spy under the premise. Oh, well, I think back to Operation Paperclip. That was something that I've learned about in my adult years. And they said that's after the Holocaust. And they said 5,000 German former Nazi soldiers were sent to the United States under the guise of being scientists. What President Roosevelt is referencing is spies, saboteurs, and traitors are the actors of this new strategy. Now, sometimes, though, when you have someone who is sabotaging something, it could be done, I don't know. I don't know who's doing it. I mean, they're always talking about United States counterintelligence. And so I don't know what they're doing. And I can speculate related to what they're doing on the internet. I would call them hackers. He calls them a Trojan horse. I call them hackers because I think it's kind of the same thing. It slows things down. He says these dividing forces are undiluted poison. Well, it's kind of like, the Roman Empire, divide and conquer, with the Democrats and Republicans. They are poison pills. President Roosevelt warns of the fifth column threats.